Yeah, there's it down there. Alright, it's only us, me and the dogs are doing it just about. I brought the dog down the quarry a walk this afternoon because everybody else is buggered off. I need to go to Lidl because I need to get, what is it I need to get again? Oh aye, blackcurrant juice. But I come down here in the pond, pure frozen, man. I haven't seen the pond frozen for many a year. In fact, the quarry pond never actually used to freeze the same way as the one down Hillside Street did. You know, there's the old pumping station there. See this? I'm not really sure how it works, but the water goes through there, through that pumping station there. That's that big green bit's a new bit, that didn't used to be there. But that's a pumping station there, and there's a pipe that goes under the road there along Moor Park Road East, and there's one side that comes out at the weir, doing it. Where could you say that was now? Round the back of the Boatman New Street across the Livingston Church. Pumps water out into the burn. I take it must be if that gets too deep, Ken. You can see swans over there. They've managed to thaw a bit out in the corner, and they're all swimming about. They seem quite happy, but I mean their bum must be pure freezing, man. Again, there's a looking over there towards Moor Park Road West there, and the sun's going down. It's just got that nice wee gold quality to it today. So everybody else is buggered off, so I've been left myself for a couple of hours, but that's alright. I quite like a wee bit of peace. Right, check that out, man. Can know this one obviously, because this one never froze up to this extent that I can remember before. But I remember the one down in Hillside Street, Ken. That pond, I can remember when they built that pond. They took the hull away in about 1979, 1980. I can remember watching the diggers when I was a wee boy taking it all away. So that was a fairly new pond with like hardly any kind of things that ground about me a pond, ferns and stuff. So the pond used to freeze up pretty solid. And I can remember there being like, I don't know, 100 odd wains on it, skating. Hey, you get back for there, don't get in there. Right, there's the bit there with the brown pipe. Come down there, it's actually, Ken, it's no manky water coming out the factory, it's actually is it zinc oxide? I'm pretty sure it is. There's a leak zinc oxide in there. Zinc oxide, you understand? You want to hear about zinc oxide? You could tell your friends about it. So anyway, it's pure Baltic down here, man. Ken, and this is one of the most historical bits of Stevenston. Ken, I done a video about it a few years ago talking about Ken, how the Reverend Patrick Warner put a canal used to run across up there, Ken, level with the railway. But this bit was all bogged in that. This actually used to be where the tide came in many a year ago. Ken, Patrick Warner come back to Holland with hundreds of techniques for drainage and stuff. Quite interesting. If you're into a bit of local history, you could look that up. And Ken, there'd be a lot of mining for coal and stuff around about here. We're not going that way, Quinny. We're going up round here, Ken. I'm just Ken, I only come on to do a live video because I thought it was quite interesting that the pond was frozen. But Ken, I've got data to use up, man, and Ken, I can't stand the thought of no using up the data that I've paid for, so I'm just going to come over here and talk pure rubbish for another couple of minutes here. As we're heading up here towards, there's a wee system of pipes up here, which I take it must have been something to do with the factory at one time and all. But Ken, if we're going back here, Ken, this is where we used to run about when we were boys, because I stayed on Hillside Street, which is Ken, like a 5-minute walk out here. But the thing about the quarry is, only could happen down here, Ken. A lot of places in Stevenston, not so much in Salkett's. The Salkett's a lot of places that don't seem so secluded, but in Stevenston anything can happen to you down, Ken. It's like It's like Alien in space, nobody could hear you scream. In Stevenston there's so many places you could just be out walking with your dog or whatever, and anything could happen to you and they bloody never find you or hear about it, and nobody come and help. Down the quarry, down the beach park, up the Kerlaw, so many places like that. There's plenty of that zinc oxide in there. But anyhow, here's this goat that's pretty good up here. I don't think I'll get down to them because the dog will try and follow me down, and I've already gave him a bath earlier on because he got a bit dirty belly earlier on. See with all the grit and the rock salt they put down and that, so I've already washed him today, so I'm not really wanting to stick him in the bath again. But anywho, here's what I'm talking about here. These tunnels then, we used to come down here with our wains and play down there, and I mind one of the times I went right in that orange stuff, right up over my head. I must have been, I don't know, 7, 8 year old. No, yes, it's nothing to do with you. It's nothing to do with you. And I went down there, and I can remember walking down that path there, the one I've just walked up, with no shoes on and laying these orange footprints. And I mind when I get home, my mum pure leathered me, because we shouldn't have been playing in there. So anyhow, that's pretty good. But like I was saying the other day there, brown's a new orange, and there we go. There's got a quite nice mixture there of rich orange and rich browns. So I can just maybe take a minute and just stand here and consider what the world would be without brown. Yeah. So me and the dog's heading up this way. I'm going to take him out of the quarry park for a wee bit chuckery. There's the old pitch and putt there, plenty of trees down there. It's nothing like that, and 50 or 100 years long after I'm dead, this will be a big forest down here. And there's the nature reserve over there. Gavin McInnes' father, Gavin McInnes, the original Gavin McInnes, did a lot for the town and developed that into a nature reserve. I don't know if they still do that now or whether Waynes just go there and drink carryots. Because that's what they do, these youngsters these days. Sad though it is. Yeah, it's not just youngsters either, old folk do that too. It's run here to the wrecked playing fields, which have got a name, but I can't mind what it bloody is now. Is it not like India Park or something stupid like that? There's the mastermind chair. That's how me and Helen got that picture there. And me sitting down and her standing up like that. Mind the front of the board game, Mastermind. The 70s board game, it had nothing to do with like Mastermind on the telly, Magnus Magnusson. It was a kind of thing where you had to guess 4 colours that were hidden. But I don't know why they called it Mastermind. And no guess the code, the colour code. So anyway, there's a nice goldy bit over there. So I'm going to bugger off now. If you've sat and watched this, then it's just been me walking about the wreck and reminiscing about the good old days. There's this dog here, eating grass. No more eating grass. Cowboy. You remember a cowboy? So anyway, it's pure Baltic down here. I wish I'd wore thicker gloves. But anyhow, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll see you later. Ta-ta. Stop coughing.